Welcome to EngloStories. Today, we're going to explore an exciting tale called Rikki Tikki Tavi. This adventure story was written in 1894 by Rudyard Kipling, a famous British author who spent much of his childhood in India. It appears in his collection of stories called The Jungle Book, which contains many animal tales set in the Indian jungle. Rikki Tikki Tavi tells the remarkable story of a brave little mongoose who finds himself living with a human family in colonial India. This courageous creature becomes the protector of his adopted family when dangerous cobras threaten their safety. It's a tale of bravery, loyalty, and the battle between good and evil. As we journey through this classic story together, you'll meet fascinating characters and learn new English vocabulary in an entertaining way. Are you ready to discover how a small mongoose can become a hero? Let's begin. In a lush garden in colonial India, where flowers bloomed in bright colors and tall grass swayed in the gentle breeze, our story takes place. This beautiful garden belonged to a large bungalow where an English family lived. A father, a mother, and their young son, Teddy. One hot summer day, a heavy rainstorm caused a flood that washed a small, wet creature into the family's garden. It was a young mongoose named Rikki Tikki Tavi. His fur was soaked, and he appeared nearly lifeless when Teddy found him on the garden path. "Look, father, what is this small animal?" Teddy asked, carefully picking up the tiny creature. "It's a mongoose," his father explained. "They are famous for killing snakes." The family took Rikki Tikki Tavi inside, dried him with a soft towel, and placed him near the warm fireplace. Slowly, the mongoose opened his eyes and began to recover. His fur was light brown, with a stripe of reddish fur on his neck, and his eyes glowed with curiosity and intelligence. As Rikki Tikki Tavi regained his strength, he started to explore his new surroundings. He moved with quick, darting movements, his small pink nose twitching constantly as he sniffed everything in the house. The family was charmed by his playful nature and friendly personality. That night, the grateful mongoose curled up on Teddy's pillow, but his mind remained alert. A mongoose always sleeps with one eye open, ready for adventure or danger. The next morning, Rikki Tikki Tavi ventured into the garden to explore his new home. The garden was vast and filled with roses, fruit trees, and thick bushes, perfect places for a mongoose to hunt and play. As he scurried along the garden paths, he heard a sad little voice coming from a thorn bush. "My babies! My poor babies!" cried the voice. Rikki Tikki looked up and saw a small bird with beautiful feathers. This was Darzee, the tailor bird, and his wife. They were flying around their nest, which had fallen to the ground. One of their babies had fallen out and died. "Who did this?" asked Rikki Tikki. "Nag," sobbed Darzee's wife. "The evil cobra destroyed our home yesterday." Just then, the dry grass behind Rikki rustled. A low, menacing hiss made the mongoose jump 2 feet into the air. It was Nag, an enormous black cobra, nearly 5 feet long. His hood was spread, and his eyes gleamed with malice. "Who is Rikki Tikki?" the snake hissed. "I am Nag. The great god Brahm put his mark upon all our people when the first cobra spread his hood to protect him. Look and be afraid." But Rikki Tikki was not afraid. Although he had never met a live cobra before, his mother had fed him dead ones, and he knew that a mongoose's job in life was to fight and eat snakes. Nag knew this too and felt somewhat nervous, though he tried not to show it. "Let us talk," said Nag. "You eat eggs. Why should I not eat birds?" "Behind you! Look behind you!" chirped Darzee. Rikki Tikki was too wise to waste time looking. He jumped up in the air as high as he could, and just beneath him glided the head of Nagaina, Nag's wicked wife. She had crept up behind him to finish him off while Nag held his attention from the front. "You are evil, evil snakes," said Rikki Tikki angrily. "Come to my nest by the thorn bush tomorrow," Nagaina hissed as she slithered away. "The garden belongs to us, not to humans. We were here first. Go away, or we will kill the boy, the man, and the woman, and then we will have the garden to ourselves." That evening, Rikki Tikki followed the family to dinner. Although the food was delicious, he remained alert, his ears perked up for any sound of danger. Later, he went to check on Teddy in his bedroom. As he settled onto the boy's pillow, he thought about Nag and Nagaina's threat. He knew the cobras meant what they said. They would try to kill the family. Rikki Tikki was determined not to let that happen. In the middle of the night, Rikki Tikki was awakened by a faint sound, like the quiet whisper of a snake's scales against the ground. The moonlight shone through the window, and in its pale glow, Rikki saw the massive shape of Nag slithering into the bathroom through a gap under the door. "If I kill the big man first," Nag whispered to himself, "then his wife and child will leave, and I will be king of the garden again." Rikki Tikki's heart pounded with fear, but he knew what he must do. Silently, he followed Nag into the bathroom. The large cobra had coiled himself beside the water jar, waiting for the man to enter in the morning. Rikki Tikki faced a difficult challenge. Nag was too big to attack from behind. One bite from the cobra would end Rikki's life. He needed a perfect plan. "If I jump at his head," thought Rikki, "he will fight back. But if I grab him by the neck, I might succeed." Gathering all his courage, Rikki Tikki leaped through the air and landed on Nag's back, sinking his sharp teeth into the snake's neck just below the hood. The cobra thrashed violently, smashing against the bathroom floor and walls with terrifying force. The noise woke the man, who rushed in with his shotgun. Seeing the deadly struggle, he fired at the cobra. Bang! The sound echoed through the house. When the smoke cleared, Nag lay stretched out on the floor, motionless. Rikki Tikki was thrown across the room by the force of the cobra's final death throes, but he was alive. "It's the mongoose," said Teddy's father to his wife. "Our little friend has saved us from a cobra." Rikki Tikki dragged himself out of the bathroom, tired but proud. He had defeated Nag, but he knew his job wasn't finished. Nagaina remained, and she would be furious when she discovered her husband was dead. The most dangerous battle was yet to come. The next morning, Rikki Tikki felt stronger. He knew Nagaina would soon learn about Nag's death and seek revenge. Darzee was singing a victory song from the top of a bush, celebrating Nag's demise. "Stop singing," Rikki Tikki called out. "Nagaina is still alive, and now she will be more dangerous than ever." Just then, Darzee's wife fluttered down with alarming news. "Nagaina is by the trash heap near the wall. She is guarding something. It looks like eggs." Rikki Tikki immediately understood the threat. If those cobra eggs hatched, there would be many young cobras in the garden, too many for him to fight. He rushed to the trash heap and found 25 cobra eggs, not yet hatched but nearly ready. Each one would become a deadly snake that could kill a man or a mongoose. "I must destroy these eggs before I face Nagaina," Rikki Tikki decided. He carefully carried the eggs back to the veranda of the house. There, he arranged them in a neat row, keeping one egg aside. As he finished, he heard Darzee's frantic cry, "Rikki!" Nagaina is at the house, near the veranda where the family is having breakfast. She looks furious and ready to strike. Fear gripped Rikki Tikki's heart. He needed to protect the family, especially little Teddy, who sat closest to the deadly cobra. With the last egg clutched firmly in his mouth, Rikki Tikki raced toward the veranda, prepared for the final confrontation. When Rikki Tikki reached the veranda, he saw a terrifying sight. Nagaina was coiled near Teddy's chair, her hood spread wide, ready to strike the boy. The parent sat frozen with fear, not daring to move. "Look at your eggs, Nagaina," said Rikki Tikki calmly, placing the last egg on the ground. "I have destroyed the others. If you attack the boy, I will crush this one too." Nagaina's eyes flashed with fury and fear. With lightning speed, she turned away from Teddy and lunged for her egg. In that moment, Rikki Tikki jumped on her, sinking his teeth into her hood. Nagaina grabbed her egg and raced toward her underground nest with Rikki Tikki in pursuit. They disappeared into the dark hole in the ground. Minutes passed. The family waited anxiously. Finally, a dusty, tired Rikki Tikki emerged from the hole. "It is over," he announced proudly. "Nagaina will never return. The garden is safe now." This wonderful story of Rikki Tikki Tavi teaches us many important lessons. First, it shows us that bravery isn't about being big or strong. It's about having courage in dangerous situations. Rikki was small, but his brave heart made him a hero. Second, the story teaches us about loyalty and protection. Rikki Tikki defended the family that saved him, showing gratitude for their kindness. Finally, we learn that quick thinking and cleverness can overcome great challenges. Rikki used his intelligence to defeat enemies much larger than himself. These lessons remind us that no matter our size or strength, with courage, loyalty, and intelligence, we can overcome difficult situations and protect those we care about. Thank you for joining us for today's Englo story. If you enjoyed learning English with the brave Rikki Tikki Tavi, please hit the like button and share this video with friends who are also learning English. What was your favorite part of the story? Let us know in the comments below. Follow EngloStories as we upload a story daily so that you can look forward to our next exciting adventure tomorrow.